Okay, I am in a NAMI peer-to-peer mental health education course. NAMI is National Alliance of Mental Illness. NAMI likes mental illness. I don't like that word mental illness. I like the word mental differences or mental health differences. I don't like the word illness. I don't like it at all. This video is about autism and how it differs from mental health illnesses. And I think it's sad that NAMI does not have autism in their booklets. When you go to the peer-to-peer, autism is not in there. It should be, because autism is often comorbid with other mental health diagnoses. So many people with autism or Asperger Syndrome will have major depression. Many people with autism will also have some form of an anxiety disorder. Personally, I have general anxiety disorder. But other people can have some other form of that. And I guess people may not know about Asperger Syndrome. They may say they have social anxiety. They may say they have that because they don't do well in social situations. And the big thing in mental health education courses, what I mean by that is the recovery model. I've been taking classes in the recovery model since about 2009. And in those classes, even the clinical model, in those classes, the topic of autism is not brought up ever. A lot of words that you hear flown around in these mental health classes are stuff like mania, maybe anger. I think I've said losing control. Mania is a big one because of bipolar, which I do not have. I do not understand it. I do not get manic. Let's see, whatever else comes up. Topics of like hearing voices, hearing things, those kind of things come up. And I think, if I remember correctly, the DSM-4 states that if you have schizophrenia, you're likely not to have autism. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to think of other things that come up in these courses, topics that come up. Mania is a big one. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. Those are the big ones. I guess falling into a depression is another one, which, it's subjective. What does that mean? Does that mean you sleep all day, or, what does that mean? So it's different for everyone. But with autism, one of the things is that's never brought up, because it's not an autism group, it's a mental health group, is the problem with spontaneity. And it's a very big problem. And I'm not a person that goes out unless something is planned. This happened to me about 6 weeks ago, back in April. Some friends of mine were planning on going out on a Tuesday night. Somebody had just kind of planned it. She didn't even plan it. She just said, "Oh, let's go out on Tuesday night." She never told me. She never prepared me and told me where she wanted to go. Nobody told me anything, and she was just saying, "Oh, ask that person. Why ask that person?" That person never got back to me, so I went back to the other person. "Where are we going?" "I don't know." "Where are we going?" "I don't know." That doesn't work for me. You gotta tell me where we're going. You gotta give me an idea of where we're going. You could say Shakey's. Now I have an idea. Pizza place. Or you could say Mulligan's. Now I have an idea. Okay, it's a bowling place. I have an idea. You gotta give me an idea. If you don't give me an idea, I'm not gonna go. The other thing is, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go with people if I don't know them very well. I really gotta know you. When I mean know you, I mean I need to spend time with you. I need to trust you. I can't just know you 6 months. It's not gonna work. Sorry. I need to know you like 4 or 5 years, know you, to go out with you. You gotta understand me. If you don't understand me, it's probably not gonna work. What happened was these people wanted to go out, and I wanted to go out too. But nobody told me anything. Nobody told me Monday night, okay, we're going to go here. This is the place we're going to go. Or we're going to go here. No, it was just like, oh, we'll play it by ear. Huh? Play it by ear? I'm sorry, you got to let me know where I'm going. You got to give me some type of direction or something. I have to put a mental image in my head of where I'm going to be so I can mentally prepare, because I am not spontaneous. I'm just not spontaneous, ever. Everything has to be planned in my book. That is not a mental health issue. That is an autism issue. And that topic does not come up. But it's very real for people with autism. Last night, I was spontaneous. My friend called me up, and it was like 6:50, and asked me if I wanted to go out. And I said, where? He really couldn't say. And he was at Kaiser, waiting for his medication. And to make a long story short, instead of waiting 40 minutes for medication, he waited about an hour and a half. About 9:15, something like that. He said, let me call you back. I gotta get gas, because he had his medication. I gotta get gas, and call you back. Called me at 9:30, and by 9:50 I was on the road. This was not planned. Okay, I needed a break from my class. I needed a break from the class that I'm in. And this instructor, I needed a break from the instructor, this online class that I'm in. And I said, okay, I can do this. I'll go out. And he gave me an idea of where we're going to go. His office is down there in Temecula. And he said, we can go to the little bar next to the office. Walking distance. 1,000 feet. Well, maybe 2,000 feet. Just really close. Walking distance. Same parking lot. I went in, and he told me, he said, you'll like it. Went in, and, everything was fine, We stayed there for like 30 minutes. This is not a video about drinking. This is not a video about alcohol. This is not a video about Alcoholics Anonymous. This is not anything about that. This is about getting out and being spontaneous. This is what it's about. And believe me, it takes a long time for me to be spontaneous. But if you want it, it will happen. But you gotta want to be spontaneous. You gotta want that. And I'm trying to learn how to be a little bit more spontaneous, but it's not gonna happen with people I don't know. It's just not. Even if I've known you for 6 months and I only know you through one organization, like, oh yeah, I know her through one organization, but I only see you once a week. No, I'm not gonna be spontaneous. Not with that person. I really, really, really gotta know you to be spontaneous. Really good. And so we went out to the one bar. I had one drink, and then we left like after 30 minutes or something like that, maybe 45 minutes, and we went to another bar within walking distance. $5 to get in. I had 2 drinks there. So I had no idea what was going to happen, but I had a blast. I had fun. I knew prior to going where I had an idea of where I would sleep. Because that is an issue. Where am I going to sleep? If I have any alcohol, I need to stay put. I need to sleep. I had an idea. I slept down there in his office. There's an office down there. And, in California, the state of California shuts down at 2 a.m. Nevada's, all the time. It doesn't shut down. The bars are 24/7 there. California, 2 a.m. It was like 1:30. 1:25. They were calling in all the drinks and everything to drink up. We left before 2 a.m. And I think I fell asleep at 3 a.m. and I woke up about 5:50 a.m., 6 a.m. and the sun's up. And so I slept for about 3 hours. And, I had fun last night. I was spontaneous. It was not planned. And I'm hoping that I can get to the point where I can be more spontaneous, because it's kind of a drag when you keep on saying, no, it wasn't planned. But if you want it, it will happen. I'm not saying you have to go to a bar. I'm not saying you have to drink. All I'm saying is if you want to be spontaneous, there are little things that you can do to help you be spontaneous. But I would suggest you do it with someone you know very well. I would suggest you do it with someone that understands about autism or understands about Asperger Syndrome, someone that maybe has read up on it, because someone that doesn't understand about autism and doesn't understand the symptoms of autism and doesn't know what to look for, they may not understand, and they may kind of could push you into being something that you're not. And you really want someone that understands you. You want someone that really understands you and gets you. And yeah, that's a big issue. Spontaneity is a big issue, and that doesn't come up. The need for routine does not come up. The need for structure does not come up in these mental health education courses. It needs to, because autism and mental health illnesses go along hand in hand, but they don't. I did read online about 6 months ago, NAMI had a blog, or they still have a blog, but somebody wrote a blog about autism and Asperger syndrome on the NAMI blog. That was really cool. And I don't know where it is. I'll have to go and find it. I don't think I favorited it or anything like that, but it was really cool when I wrote it about 6 months ago. And yeah, that's just one topic under autism that people deal with, and people deal with planning and routines every day. Every day, people with autism deal with that. So yeah, take care.